Happy Canada Day! My name is Sam from TELUS World of Science Edmonton, and I'm on our science stage to share some science of fireworks. So I have here one of those little sparklers, and you've probably played with one of these before. They are coated in a flammable substance which gives off sparks as it burns down the stick. So I'm going to light this sparkler. Ooh! And now I'm going to put this sparkler into our giant beaker of water. Let's see what happens. Not surprised? Me neither. So why did this go out when I put it underwater? Well, flames need three things to be able to burn. They need a fuel. Well, that's fine, this has fuel. They need oxygen, and they need a heat source. But the thing about water is that it takes away a heat source really quickly. So it took away the heat from this sparkler and it was no longer able to burn. But I have an idea. I have taped together 6 of these sparklers, covered the entire thing with tape, and we're going to try this experiment again and see if we can keep that heat. Here we go. Let's light this bundle of sparklers. We have 6 of them all taped together. There they go. And now we'll put them into the water. Ha-ha! They've stayed lit. So in this case, having the 6 sparklers bundled together means that there is plenty of heat to keep that reaction going. So I said that there were 3 things that a flame needed to keep burning. Fuel, which the sparkler has, heat, which we were able to keep together with 6 sparklers bundled, and oxygen. Now, underwater there isn't a lot of oxygen available, but those sparklers were able to stay lit because they have a chemical in them called an oxidizer. An oxidizer is a substance that likes to give away oxygen. It just releases oxygen. So the sparklers were actually bringing their own oxygen to this reaction. Now we're going to take a look at how fireworks get their amazing colors. I have here some metal salts. Now if you're thinking, salt, you're close, but not quite. We don't eat these ones. Salt that we eat is called sodium chloride. The salts that we have here are called barium chloride, calcium chloride, copper chloride, lithium chloride, and strontium chloride. So they all have the chloride, but they have a different metal attached to that chloride. We're not going to eat these salts, but we are going to use them as a fuel source to see what happens. And we're going to mix them with a flammable liquid called methanol. So let's start out by taking a look at how the methanol burns on its own. So as you can see, when methanol burns on its own, it produces this very dark blue flame. It's a very clean fuel to burn, and it doesn't have a lot of smoke. Now I've added methanol to our metal salts, and each of the different metals burns in a different color. We call this the characteristic color of the metal. Basically what's happening is that the metal atom has electrons in it, and electrons are very excitable. So if we give an electron a bit of extra energy, like by burning it, it'll jump up into a higher energy state. But that's not where it belongs, and it gets pulled back down. When it gets pulled back down, that extra energy gets emitted as light. This is exactly where the colors in fireworks come from. The firework rockets are packed with chemicals that have metals like these in them. When the firework explodes, the metals burn and we get those amazing colors. Now we're going to bring it all together and set off our very own science firework. So I've taken one of those metal salts and I've put it inside of this balloon, and then I filled up the balloon with a gas. Now you may be tempted to think that this is filled with helium. It floats like helium. It looks just like a helium balloon, but it's actually hydrogen gas. And hydrogen is very, very different. It's extremely flammable. When you see what's about to happen here, you won't want this balloon anywhere near your birthday candles. All right, let's set this thing off. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. That was so cool. Thanks for joining me today for the Science of Fireworks. I had a blast, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Canada Day. Stay safe and stay curious.